Hey guys, Dude Dreamer here. Last night I had a chance to watch WrestleMania 29, and in my opinion, it was a pretty decent WrestleMania. It was pretty much a lot better than last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. When it comes to WrestleMania, pretty decent. I had very little complaints about it, except for two matches, which I'm actually going to be discussing about. I'm going to talk about all the matches that I saw and pretty much give you guys a rating of 1 to 5 stars to see, you know. But as usual, these are just my opinions and not written in stone. If you have rebuttals about that, feel free to comment down below. Alright, let's get started. The first match at the arena was the pre-show match between The Miz versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. I thought that match was actually pretty good. I thought it did its job to try to get people to watch WrestleMania. I mean, yeah, we watched it for free and on YouTube. I actually watched it after watching WrestleMania. I didn't have a chance to go on YouTube because I was at a friend's house watching WrestleMania. But it was good for what it was. The Miz got over, becoming the two-time Intercontinental Champion. I like the way he's using the figure 4. He's starting to make it his own now, becoming a little bit of an expert on it. And Wade Barrett, as usual, always a big fan of those guys. So I actually give that one 3 stars, in my opinion. It was pretty good. It really opened up people's interest to want to watch WrestleMania, in my opinion, which was actually how I felt about it. If you ever seen that video about them in the pre-show, check it out. Alright, now on to the main show. We do know that we found out that one match got nixed from the program, even the pre-show, and that was the intergender tag match with Tons of Funkadactors versus Team Rhodes Scholars and the Bella Twins. Not too surprised. It wasn't really that much interesting to watch anyway. I'd rather watch that on Raw, which is probably going to be watching it at Raw. We don't know. So that match kind of fell victim to the time constraint, I believe. But one thing I am glad of, there's no matches on this card. There's like 8 seconds or 10-second matches, so I'm actually happy with that. Alright, so now on to the program itself. First match was Sheamus versus Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Show versus The Shield. I was actually looking forward to this match because I like Dean Ambrose, I like The Shield, and this was actually a pretty good, decent start of the show. There were some good spots. Triple spear by Big Show countering the triple powerbomb that The Shield was about to do on Randy Orton, I believe, if I remember correctly. There's some other good spots like the suicide dive from Rollins and almost pretty much smash his head on the guardrail was actually pretty cool. And you know, the final spot that I felt was really awesome, RKO onto Rollins by Randy Orton. And of course, Dean Ambrose takes the win after Randy Orton took a spear from Reigns, and the Shield won. And Big Show is still a heel after giving the weapons of mass destruction to both Sheamus and Orton. We might see some stuff going on there. This match was actually a pretty good start to get people's interest into WrestleMania as a show. Great way to start the show. I gave that one 3.5 stars. Alright, second match. Ryback versus Mark Henry. I was actually looking forward to this match because I'm always a big fan of two of the strongest guys in the company going at each other. Who is going to be the strongest out of the two? I felt that the match had a very slow start. I mean, they were doing the test of strength thing, you know, trying to see who can mow each other down and stuff like that, which is kind of typical for matches like that. I felt that there were way too many, there were few dead spots, you know, when you see Mark Henry doing the bear hug and stuff. I was expecting Mark Henry to actually throw him like a rag doll and stuff like that, but I guess, you know, WWE didn't want to make Ryback too weak. But I thought the finish was kind of awkward, having Ryback actually lift up Mark Henry without any trouble, but lost his grip where Mark Henry grabbed on the ropes and he went flat on his back, and then 1, 2, 3. I thought that was kind of a weird finish, but I'm thinking back on the bear hugs on him, perfecting Ryback's back. Psychology-wise, it kind of makes sense. And then after the match, Henry tried to do some more damage to Ryback, but Ryback got got his second win, and was able to pick him up again without any trouble and do the shell shock to Mark Henry. So I hope for all the haters who were, you know, hating on him and doubting, I bet a lot of people were doubting that Ryback would not be able to lift up Mark Henry, because Mark Henry is actually heavier than Tensai and Paul Heyman. I rate this match as 2.5 because, like I said, it was just, there were a few dead spots in this match, and it would start off very slow, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it didn't like wow me until the final thing after the match is what wowed me. Okay, all right. Third match was for the tag team championships. Dolph Ziggler and muscle-bound Colton Banks, aka Big E Langston. Hope that's a joke to everyone, but that's how I think. But anyway, versus Team Hell No, who are the champs. I thought this match was good. I liked the beginning part where Ziggler was kissing AJ, and then we thought we were gonna have a big, huge, quick match or something like that, but that didn't happen. A lot of good wrestling between Dolph and Bryan. Big E Langston and Kane did very good with the whole big guys versus big guy kind of thing, which was actually what I was expecting from, you know, Ryback and Mark Henry, but that didn't really happen. Not really big special, not really huge finish, just a choke slam and then a flying headbutt by Bryan, shades of Chris Benoit. Yes, I said that. If you have a problem with that, too bad. And they're still the champ, so I give that one 3.5 stars. It was actually pretty good. All right, Fandango, or Fandango, I think I said it right, versus Chris Jericho. This match, I was kind of like, because of the fact that, you know, yeah, Fandango's wrestling debut as the character. I mean, Johnny Curtis has wrestled for WWE, but it's the character's first debut on WrestleMania. There only one good spot I found in that match was how Fandango countered Chris Jericho's springboard kick with a kick of his own, which I thought that was a good one. There was like maybe a false finish here or two, and the finish to the match was a roll up. It didn't really wow me with that match, and it was, I think I had high expectations in this match because of it was Chris Jericho, because he always had good matches. But it was, I don't know, a little below average for a WrestleMania match, so I gave that one 2 stars. Yeah, so anyway, then you had a concert performance by P. Diddy, and then after that, the World Heavyweight Championship match between Jack Swagger and the champion Alberto Del Rio. Now, in this one, I felt was the best wrestling match of the night. Does not mean that it was match of the night, but it was the best wrestling match of the night, in my opinion. It was a really good, decent wrestling, a lot of back and forth, especially when it comes to reversing each other's submission finishing holds. Again, every move in there was pretty crisp. I like the involvement with Zip Coulter for a little bit, and it was, you know, it was really good. I was actually enjoying it. I didn't write too many notes on it because I was so engrossed with the match. So it was a really good wrestling match, and I gave that one 4 stars. I know some people might disagree, but like I said, my opinion. Have rebuttals? Go down there. Go down there and make comments. Okay. All right. Then we have 3 more matches, which is pretty much what people are anticipating and want to watch. CM Punk versus The Undertaker. The Streak versus, well, it's all for the Streak. But yeah, I found this match to be the match of the night because it had a really good storytelling, a lot of head games with CM Punk, with him wearing Undertaker's colors and actually doing old school and walking on the ropes and doing that on The Undertaker, which actually is pretty good. Huge cock tease. I was waiting for Undertaker to do the suicide dive, but we didn't get the chance to see that, but that's okay. One of the big spots I saw in that match was the flying elbow from the turnbuckle to the Spanish announce table by CM Punk. I thought he didn't make it, but he did. One of the best moments in that match was the Undertaker doing the Dead Man Rise from the Anaconda Vice, and that was like really awesome, and that was so much storytelling, like the facials and everything. perfect. A lot of false finishers in this match with the tombstone pile driver, the last ride where he countered, CM Punk countered the last ride by using the urn on the back of them, on the upper back, not the head as the commentators were saying it, but you know, who cares. But and then the finish, countering the GTS into the tombstone pile driver for the finish, for the win, and the Undertaker got back the urn with Paul Bearer's ashes. I thought it was pretty good, and that's why I thought it was match of the night. I gave that one 4.5 stars, in my opinion. Alright, the next big match was Brock Lesnar versus Triple H, and this one was actually a good, very physical match, and it was the only gimmick match in the card, and I actually liked that. And it gave more meaning to it. You know, there weren't so many gimmick matches in this show like the previous ones, but there was only one no holds barred match, and it was perfect. It had a lot of meaning to it. I gave this one 4 stars, but let me explain about the match. I thought Brock Lesnar was in great shape. He was actually back in wrestling shape. He doesn't look as doughy or saggy like he was when he first came back to the WWE. I thought it was very physical, a lot of chair shots, sledgehammer was in play. I thought Lesnar was doing a lot of suplexes, but you have to expect that from a wrestler. He did like a beast-like suplex through the Spanish announce table on him. Shawn Michaels got himself involved by taking a F5 and doing a super kick to Paul Heyman with his hunting boots, and Triple H doing his own Kimura move, and there were a lot of counters to that one, and finish him off with the pedigree on the steel steps, and that was it. Triple H saves his job, and like I said, 4 stars. One of the most brutal matches I've ever seen in WrestleMania. Not the most, but for that show. And the final match, after that, well, before that, Hall of Fame inductees showed up. The attendance record, 80,676. And now the main event, John Cena versus The Rock for the WWE Championship. This was actually pretty good. Had a really big slow start, not too bad, the John Cena and Rock did really good afterwards. After the slow start, picked up with a lot of false finishers, a lot of countering, each other's doing their own move and stuff like that. I like the part where John Cena was actually faking out The Rock, not making the same mistake, but still got his butt beat, or not really butt beat, but then John Cena ended up reigning supreme, becoming the WWE champion for the 11th time, or 10th, yeah, 11th time, and everyone thought there was going to be a heel turn, but wasn't. Handshake, hug, a thank you, right off into the sunset. I thought this match was a lot better than last year's WrestleMania match between John Cena and The Rock, and I was actually fortunate to see that. I don't have that much complaint, except for it was a very slow start, but what do you expect from a main event? I actually gave this one 3 3/4 stars, and this was actually a good WrestleMania match for the event, and had a really good storytelling. I thought it was great storytelling with this match and The Undertaker and CM Punk when it comes to that match. Alright, so that's all I have to say about it. If you have any rebuttals to how I reviewed this pay-per-view, feel free to leave a comment below. Give me your thoughts on each match, which one was the best, which one was good, and all that stuff. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Alright, well, like I said, it was a decent WrestleMania, and I'm looking forward for WrestleMania 30, and I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen in this new season of the WWE. Alright, so this is Duo Dreamer, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.